And I think that the thing with that is this way they get lower guys to roll over on the guys.
Exactly. I'm telling you, when I was in court, I had guys that I never seen before. They said they worked for me. and I, who the hell are you? You know, where you come from? Sat up with a nose running, snotted, and high in the courtroom telling me you work for me. No, the hell you didn't work for me.
They were just trying to give something to lighten their own sentence.
That's exactly what they did.
What is it like when someone is testifying against you?
Terrible. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. No, you don't.
Does it make you angry?
Oh, of course it do. Of course it make you angry. Somebody telling something on you where you know you didn't have nothing to do with it, that will make you pissed off too.
Did you ever have to face somebody in court who you had trusted at one point, who like at one point you would have confided in them, and then just to hear them blabbing?
Well, once I had a guy named Charles Morris on the stand testifying against me, and he helped me out. He really helped me out. I didn't get convicted because his testimony, he know what he was doing. I know him. He know what he was doing. And I would like to shake his hand today, but I don't know where the hell he's at.
Oh, so he didn't hang out to dry.
No, he didn't. He helped me out. He helped me out. He got on the stand. He helped me out. He couldn't remember. Bye. And when the defense lawyer asked him something, well, that ain't the way it was. That, you know, bye.
Oh, he might have had a change of heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if they locked him up for that or not, but I know he helped me a lot.
I would think a lot of people would be intimidated to go up against you in court like that. Yeah,
man, he helped me out a lot. I'm telling you, I think it's right there. How
do guys now treat you? Because you don't know many ex-drug dealers' names. I mean, and you're like a legendary guy, especially since the film. Do guys kind of approach you now and try to ask you for advice about it, or what's the reaction of guys in that business now?
I got a lot of people asking me for advice on that, and I tell them like I'm telling you, man, stay away from that. That's no good. They don't ask me no more because they know what I'm gonna say.
They know you're not going to give them business advice.
No, hell no. I'm not going to do that.
Business advice?
No.
Well, I mean,
I know. It would just seem like an odd thing to do.
But yeah,
but it's the truth.
They do. They actually come up.
It's the truth.
Wow, that's a dumb thing for people to do.
So this was also interesting to me too. In the '80s, when crack became, that also seemed to change the way business was done.
Crack changed the whole thing. Well, see, cocaine used to be a rich man drug, and then it got so they refined it down to crack, and everybody started smoking it, and they went crazy. They went crazy. Smoking that shit went crazy. That's what they did. You know? What
do you think is the Jamaican gangs at one point, where they seem to be breaking a lot of rules that like the mafia had, that other traditional drug dealers had? Like when they shot Ed Byrne, the cop, I think it was his name, Ed Byrne, they executed him guarding a witness. It was like they were just doing these things that other guys didn't do, which kind of forced the police to react.
And I think they react in an appropriate way in a case like that. You just don't do that. If the cop get you, you got. You don't try to kill no cop. No, you don't. You take when that's their job to catch you. They catch you, say, hey, they got me. That's it. You don't go try to kill him. No, the hell you don't. You don't do that.
That's one of the rules that are being broken nowadays.
You know, if it weren't for the cops, we'd be in trouble. We'd be in big trouble, you know.
Because it just brings heat on everybody.
That's what they do, bring heat on everybody. Them kind of guys bring heat on everybody. Yes, they do. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
And it seems like the Jamaican guys had a few years of a run, like where they were violent and they were making a lot of money, but then they were gone because they forced the people to come after them.
They started putting their ass in jail, putting them away for life, and that stopped all that. You know, nobody wants to go to jail for life. Nobody.
How much time did you do? How much jail time did you actually
do? Well, I can give you the longest sentence I had. I did like 7.5, 8 years one time, right down in Park Road.
So what's it like being a guy who's making $1 million a day and having pretty much the run of the city, and then just being forced to...
Hell, I had to run to the jail.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I don't know why I would assume that he'd go to jail and nobody would listen to him.
I had to run to the jail. Yes, I did. Yeah.
All right, so you're out of the life now for a pretty long time.
I'm out of life permanently.
Permanently?
Yeah.
And you're doing a signing tonight. I'm going to give out the information again, too. Now, what is the difference between this book and it's called Original Gangster, the real-life story of one of America's most notorious drug lords. And the signing tonight, 6 o'clock at Borders Penn Station, which is at Madison Square Garden. What is the difference between this book and kind of the story of American Gangster? Or is it kind of the same?
The book is not. The book is never like the picture. I'm telling. That's my autobiography. I'm telling you the truth in there.
Okay.
Everything is right on the money there.
Nothing elaborated for Hollywood or.
I didn't cut no corners there.
Did you write American Gangster, or was that written about you?
That was written about me. I didn't write it. No.
Oh, so this is actually the first one that's coming from you.
Yes. The American Gangster is coming from me.
Are there things in the film that didn't happen that you looked at?
I'm not going to tell you that.
No, huh? Okay.
No,
I think
there is
not on air anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one scene which you don't have to.
Yeah. That's
we're
what I'm
all thinking
about.
of the same scene.
Yes, the same scene
where Denzel
on the
walks
street.
in the street, and just there's the guy's played by Idris Elba, who was Stringer Bell on The Wire. And he just walks up and he shoots him in the head in the middle of the street.
I don't know nothing about that.
All right, Frank knows nothing about that.
There's no statute on. I am taking his word for it.
That was just a good scene in the movie.
Well, they got jacked up for Hollywood, you know that.
Yeah.
Did Frank Lucas at his prime get more pussy than Denzel Washington?
That's a good question.
Everything from 8th Avenue, from Hollywood movies out to 8th Avenue, hoe.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of it all, yeah.
Stanhope, he asked a good question. You were having an affair with Willie Mays' daughter?
No, stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter?
Yeah, his stepdaughter.
Did Willie know about that?
I don't know.
How did that...
Willie never came around then. He never came around. Willie didn't bother them no more. He was out.
Didn't you steal a girl from Wilt Chamberlain? Or was it another athlete?
Yeah, how do I put this? I really don't know how to put it. Yeah, I got a girl. Yes, from Wilt Chamberlain. Yes, I did.
According to Wilt, though, you probably had a girl that Wilt had.
Yeah, Wilt did fuck everybody. But there was some story about how you were at a party and there was somebody that he was with that just left with you.
In my club, I had a nightclub down 52nd and Broadway, the old Birdland, the turntable. You probably heard about that. The old turntable, old Birdland. You heard about old Birdland. You heard about Birdland, didn't you?
No.
You're a New York guy.
I grew up in Jersey.
Well, hell, you're right across the river. You had to hear about Birdland.
I was a nerd.
Yeah, Birdland. And right downstairs there, I had a club called the Turntable, Laura Price Turntable. You know who Laura Price is, don't you?
No, who's Laura Price?
He's a good friend of mine. Lord and Miss Claudia. You got personality and that kind of thing.
No.
Oh, my God. Where the hell you been?
No, I lived a sheltered life.
Yes, you did.
I did a little drugs. I drank a little bit. So you just... Was there anybody in that period of time when you're making that kind of money and everybody's kind of... Is there anybody that you were afraid of or that were intimidated by?
How could I be out in the street during the business I was in like I wouldn't be intimidated?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's self-explanatory. Hell no.
Nobody. And if there was, you wouldn't have allowed them to know it.
I don't think they could have been around too long. They're going to intimidate me.
That is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it is known as a business that you don't want competition around you.
Well, hey, I didn't have no competition because stuff I was getting, I was putting like 10% in the street. Everybody was putting like 5, 6, 7%, and they bought my stuff. But I didn't care who sold beside me.
You don't see that work ethic with drug dealers nowadays. That's something of the past. Yeah. You just get shitty drugs now.
Did you have situations where there were people that were kind of trying to edge in on your business and had to be dealt with?
They could sell right beside me. I didn't care because they weren't going to buy their stuff anyway. They were going to buy my stuff. I had the best stuff. I told you I was getting it for free almost. You know, they couldn't compete.
So a lot of times the big violence happens because guys are fighting over territory.
You see that? See that's bullshit. If you're out there in the street and you're in the drug business, you got to have the best. Because if you don't have the best, you ain't gonna make no money. So you got to have the best. I made a lot of money. I had the best all the time.
Were you always afraid, like, all right, this is going to end someday? It's like you're pretty much just living like, I know this is going to end very, very... I mean, how? What's your mentality when that's happening about getting caught?
I was a damn fool. I didn't care what. I didn't care what. I didn't think about tomorrow.
You're just living day to day.
Save my money and put my money up and make sure that when I got ready, I could retire, never have to worry no more. That's what I did. The government took all my money.
Yeah, what would you say on tax? Like, would you file taxes back then, or would you just not? Or...
Now you want me to say that on the radio? Hell.
Oh, yeah. Plus, you did have legitimate businesses, so that could have.
Yeah. I pay tax on my business and stuff. Yes, I did.
But you went to jail. I mean, you did your time. It's like you're free and clear now, right? I mean,
I don't know nobody nothing now.
It's got to be a nice feeling, right?
Yeah.